wasn't even gonna do this. I swear to God, I wasn't gonna out him nothing. I'm doing this because he tried to say that I come to the door in my birthday suit. And that is never the case. But since you wanna go there, let's go there. You wanna make me look crazy by your lies, I'm gonna make you look crazy by my truth. So that's all it is for me. Like, you took it there. And now let's go there.
Honey, you think you've seen it all? Child, you ain't seen nothing yet. This tea is so hot, it's practically evaporating. Let me spill every single detail about how Atlanta's most protective mama bear, Jasmine, went head-to-head with the queen of controversy herself, Karlie Redd. And when I tell you this story is juicy, baby, that's an understatement. Now, let's rewind this story back to the beginning because you need to understand just how this powder keg exploded. Jasmine, sweet Jasmine, well, at least she was sweet before all this drama went down, had always been that mama who kept her precious baby away from all the messy reality TV spotlight. I'm talking Fort Knox level security when it came to her child's privacy. She shared those precious moments only with her inner circle, you know, the real ones, the trusted ones, the ones who understood that some things are sacred. But Chile, let me tell you about the day everything changed. There Jasmine was, probably in her silk pajamas, doing what we all do, scrolling through social media, minding her own business, probably sipping on some chamomile tea to wind down her evening. Then bam, her peaceful night turned into a nightmare. You won't believe what her eyes landed on. Her baby's pictures, those intimate, precious moments she'd kept private, were splashed all over social media like cheap advertisements. And guess whose Instagram account they were on? Karlie Redd's. The audacity, the disrespect, the absolute betrayal. Now let me paint this picture for you. Karlie Redd, Miss I Run These Social Media Streets, had taken those private photos and turned them into content. Content! Like they were just another post for likes and comments. This woman who'd smiled in Jasmine's face, who'd acted like a friend, who'd been welcomed into the inner circle, had just committed the ultimate betrayal. The shock hit Jasmine like a ton of bricks. Her hands were shaking, her heart was racing, and baby, when I tell you she saw red, the woman transformed from a peaceful mama into a raging lioness in 0.2 seconds flat. This wasn't just any old drama. This was personal. This was her baby. You see, Jasmine had worked so hard to keep her little one out of the spotlight. She knew how cruel social media could be, how people would pick apart every little thing. She'd been strategic, careful, protective. And now all that careful planning had been blown to smithereens by someone she thought she could trust.
Don't feel like I owe her that. It's not my job.
You know what? He can have that overweight, speaking with a fake accent Teletubby if that's what he wants. Cause Karlie Redd is done. All I need is a ride home.
Oh, but honey, if you think Jasmine was just going to let this slide into her DMs, you don't know our girl. She wasn't about to handle this with a strongly worded text or a passive-aggressive comment. No, ma'am. This called for action, and Jasmine, she was ready to bring the thunder. She called up her squad, you know, the real ones who ride or die, and started plotting. This wasn't just going to be a confrontation, this was going to be an event. Because when you mess with someone's child, baby, you better be ready for the hurricane that's coming. Let me set the scene for what happened next, because Chile, this is where it gets good. Picture one of Atlanta's most exclusive restaurants. We're talking crystal chandeliers, white tablecloths, the kind of place where deals get made and secrets get spilled. But today, it wasn't about business lunches and air kisses. This place was about to become ground zero for the showdown of the century. The restaurant staff had no idea what was about to go down. They were just going about their day, serving their fancy wines and overpriced salads, when the atmosphere suddenly shifted. You know how they say the calm before the storm is the scariest part? Well, honey, this was that moment. Jasmine walked in looking like $1,000,000. Designer outfit, perfect makeup, hair laid to the gods. But if you looked in her eyes, Chile, those eyes were shooting sparks. She spotted Karlie immediately. Wasn't hard to miss her, sitting there with her usual I own this place attitude, scrolling through her phone like she hadn't just turned someone's world upside down. The other diners must have felt it. That electric charge in the air, that tension that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Because baby, when Jasmine started walking toward Karlie's table, the whole restaurant got quiet. Even the bus boys stopped bussing. Now, Karlie was still tapping away on her phone, probably planning her next social media takeover, when Jasmine's shadow fell across her table. The way Karlie looked up, Lord have mercy. Her usual smirk melted faster than ice cream in August.
Other day.
Yeah.
This is the text message between me and Kirk. He said so-and-so amount if we. This is not a one-time thing. I'm telling y'all, this tried to me on several occasions. He's been proven time and time again to lie about. When have I ever been proven wrong?
You don't have a reason to lie.
I don't have a reason to lie.
We on the playground. Let's play. Let's go.
What's going on, Jasmine? Karlie had the nerve to ask, trying to keep her cool, but baby, we could all see her designer boots shaking under that table. And Jasmine? Oh, honey, she brought the heat and then some. What the hell is wrong with you, Karlie? Jasmine's voice cut through that fancy restaurant like a hot knife through butter. The way she said it, Chile. Even the sommelier stopped mid-pour. How dare you leak my baby's pictures online? You know better than that. The way Jasmine's voice was rising, baby, the crystal glasses were practically vibrating. You know how hard I've worked to keep him out of all this madness, and you went and made him a spectacle for the world to see. Now watching Karlie try to defend herself was like watching someone try to stop a tsunami with an umbrella. I didn't mean for it to go that far, she stammered, but Chile, that weak excuse just added fuel to Jasmine's fury. You didn't think! Jasmine wasn't having any of it. Her hands were balled into fists, and I swear the temperature in that restaurant went up 10 degrees. You wanted attention, you wanted drama, and you used my son to get it. You know exactly what you did, and I'm not going to sit here and let you try to spin this any other way. And then, oh Lord, then, Karlie really tried it. She had the audacity to say, the pictures were cute, it wasn't meant to be a big deal. Chill, if looks could kill, we'd be having a closed casket funeral. Jasmine's rage went from simmer to boil faster than instant ramen. A big deal? The way Jasmine's voice echoed off those fancy restaurant walls. You didn't ask me. You didn't even care what I wanted. You took something that was private and turned it into a public spectacle, and now I'm dealing with the consequences. The tension in that restaurant, thick. The waiters were tiptoeing around like they were in a minefield, and other diners weren't even pretending to eat anymore. They were just watching this drama unfold like it was better than anything on Netflix, and baby, it was. You could see Karlie's usual bravado crumbling like a cheap cookie. She wasn't used to being on the receiving end of someone's wrath, especially not from someone who could match her energy level for level. The woman who'd built her brand on being untouchable was looking mighty touchable right then. You've done a lot of things in your time, Karlie. Jasmine's voice got low and dangerous. You know, that kind of quiet that's scarier than yelling. But this is the lowest. I'll never forget what you did, and I'll make sure the world knows who you really are. Karlie's eyes narrowed, but honey, she knew better than to clap back. Even she could see this wasn't a battle she could win. She wasn't used to someone coming at her with this much raw, justified anger. Miss I Live for the Drama was finally getting a taste of her own medicine. I'm sorry, okay? Karlie finally squeaked out, her voice strained like she was trying to push words through a keyhole. I didn't think it would go down like this. If I hurt you, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to go this far. But Jasmine, baby, she wasn't there for apologies. Sorry isn't enough. The way she delivered those words, Academy Award worthy. You don't get to take my privacy and turn it into your publicity stunt. You'll never get that chance again, and don't think I'll forget this. And then came the exit that had everyone shook. With one final glare that could have frozen hell itself, Jasmine turned and walked away, leaving Karlie sitting there looking like she'd seen all her social media accounts get deleted at once. The aftermath? Explosive. The whole Love and Hip Hop Atlanta universe was turned upside down. Everyone was picking sides, throwing shade, and spilling tea all over social media. But one thing was crystal clear. Jasmine had established herself as a force of nature. Nobody, and I mean nobody, was going to mess with her baby again. Poor Karlie, and I say poor with all the sarcasm I can muster, was left trying to salvage what was left of her reputation. But honey, when you play with a mama bear's cubs, you better be ready for the claws. And Karlie, she wasn't ready. The buzz around Atlanta was electric. Every blog, every podcast, every social media account was talking about how Jasmine had read Karlie for filth in that restaurant. People who weren't even there were claiming they witnessed it. That's how legendary it became. But here's the thing that really makes this story hit different. This wasn't about reality TV drama or social media clout. This was about a mother protecting her child, about standing up against someone who'd violated her trust in the worst way possible. Jasmine showed the world that when it comes to her baby, she's not playing any games. And that's the piping hot, straight from the source, unfiltered tea. Because at the end of the day, this wasn't about followers or likes or reality TV ratings. This was about a mother's love, and baby, that's one force of nature you do not want to test. Not even if your name is Karlie Redd and you think you run these Atlanta streets. Remember this story, Chile, because it's going down in the history books as the day someone finally put Karlie Redd in her place and showed everyone that nothing is more fierce than a mother protecting her child. And that's on period, point blank, end of story. End of story.